Alright, here's our second video on factoring trinomials where a does not equal 1. Again, that's the number in front of the x squared is something other than 1. This is where we're going to guess and check on how we factor this. What looks a little bit different about this example is we have an x squared and the x that we're used to seeing, but we also have a y squared and a y. So we saw something kind of similar to this in a previous lesson, so we'll talk about that. First, though, I'm going to say that whatever I put in these first two spots have to multiply to 6x squared. So again, think about that could be a 6x and an x, or it could be a 3x and a 2x. Right now, I don't know which one it's going to be, so I just pick one, and then if it doesn't work, I can always try the other one. So I'm going to start with the 6x and the x. All right, so now what I put in the second spot has to multiply to a negative 3y squared. So this is where we're going to bring the y into our factored answer down here. It's a negative 3y, so that means that we have one positive and one negative answer. And your factors of 3 are just 1 and 3. So I'm going to say, how about plus a 1y and minus a 3y. So we can see that this y times the negative 3y gives us that negative 3y squared. All right, so let's check. We multiply the ones in the middle. Y times x is xy. We multiply these on the outside. 6x times a negative 3y is a negative 18xy. And then we combine our middle terms. Combine those, you get negative 17xy. All right, that did not work out because we're trying to find a negative 7xy. So we try again. First thing we do is, well, actually, when you're dealing with positives and negatives, let's go ahead and try 6x minus y and x plus 3y. See if that makes a difference. So we check, this gives us a negative xy. The outside term, 6x times 3y, is a positive 18xy. If you combine those, you get a positive 17xy. All right, so that didn't work. So this is possible that it takes a few times to figure this out. So it's nice to show, yep, this is what it takes sometimes. All right, so the next thing I'm going to try is I am going to switch the 3y and the y. So I'm going to put the 3y, I'll do minus 3y and the plus y over there and see if that gets us any closer. On the inside, we get a negative 3xy. On the outside, we get a 6xy. So we want that to combine. That's going to combine to a 3xy, and we're looking for it to be 7, so we're not there yet. At this point, you know, what I see right here is when I switched the signs, it kept this middle part pretty similar. So I'm going to move on to the 2x and the 3x. All right, so 3x, let's say plus y times 3x times 2x minus 3y. So again, remember these have to multiply to 6x squared, which they do, and these have to multiply to a negative 3y squared, which they do. All right, so we check. This gives us a 2xy, and this gives us a negative 9xy. When we combine those, we get a negative 7xy. And I look up there and I see that's what we wanted. So our final answer, we finally got it, is 3x plus y times 2x minus 3y. And we're done.